Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington.
Ann Howard has been spending a great deal of time at Michael Rossi's beach house. But Michael Rossi is not the only attraction. For here, at the scene of a childhood accident in which a boy was permanently blinded, she finds the place of her guilt. And she must constantly search it for her innocence.
Sorry I'm late. Why didn't you go inside?
Let's go inside now. I'm chilly.
And it was open. Why didn't you go inside?
I didn't even try.
No, of course not.
Mike, please.
Well, what are you trying to do to yourself?
Tear down the past?
By looking at this mound of dirt and rock.
Well, that's a start.
A start to what? To where?
A future.
You're not going to find it up here on the bluff.
Some kind of reality, then, for the present. It all began out there, Mike. The children, the laughing, the game. Chris Webber falling from there. Must we talk about it?
Well, I don't know what else we have to talk about. I don't know what else we have in common. If it wasn't for the fact that you like to torture yourself by coming up here, and it just happens to be outside my door, I think you use me as some kind of a convenience or something.
You're not that.
Then forget the bluff.
I can't.
All right. All right then, Ann. Face it once and for all. Face it.
I'm trying, Mike. Mike, I don't want to involve you.
I am involved.
I promised myself I wouldn't do that to you.
I want to be involved with you. Let me. There'll be no one there but you and me and the edge.
always had somebody to turn to. I always had someone to help me. My father and the doctors. I never had to face it alone.
And this is the kind of thing no one should have to face alone. What do you see?
You. I see you. I haven't been up this early since school days. I hope Mother appreciates my opening up the shop.
Oh, I'm sure she does. She needs the rest anyway.
Oh, what about the boat?
Oh, I'll get it later. I'm gonna see if I can con your grandfather into fixing it for me. You know, Allison, we ought to go sailing sometime. You and me and your mother, we haven't done anything like that together in a long time.
I don't think Mother'd make much of a sailor in her present condition, do you?
Frankly, I don't think she'd make much in any condition. First of all, she gets scared, and then she gets seasick.
Yeah, and I'd be hopeless. I didn't know the first thing about sailing.
I thought Rodney was supposed to teach you last summer.
Yes, like he was supposed to teach me to drive this spring.
Mind if I try?
Try what?
Teach you how to sail?
Well, I'd love to.
Good. After you've learned, then, and after the baby is here, of course, we'll rent a sloop, and we'll go out into the Cape. And I knew some harbors out there, about 20 years ago, and I think they might still be there. Of course, we have to get some supplies with us. I'd say if I pull 10 pounds of salami with us, and say 10 loaves of black bread, and 10 rounds of camembert.
Just for one weekend?
Just for one weekend.
Just the three of us?
Oh, you always have to count on about 1 or 2 stowaways, you know. How about that?
I'd love to.
Hey, is there anything bothering you that you can talk to me about?
Yeah, I guess that whole big thing yesterday with Mr. Peyton kind of upset me.
Mr. Peyton is an egomaniacal, tyrannical old man.
Still, he is Rodney's grandfather, isn't he? Wonder if Rodney knows how he feels about me. That I'm just somebody he's expected to forget.
I can't believe that anyone could live in Mr. Peyton's house without feeling he knew how Mr. Peyton felt about almost everything.
And everyone.
Have you and Rodney talked about marriage?
We talk about a lot of things. Yeah. And there's a lot of things Rodney wants to do before he gets married.
And you feel it would be different if Mr. Peyton would approve of you, huh? Well, I'll tell you something. I'm not exactly certain whether I approve of Rodney Harrington as a potential son-in-law myself. First of all, he has a very strong mind, of course, and he kept the trial here despite his father's objections, and he also took the garage despite his grandfather, but somehow I feel that Rodney's not quite ready to settle down. I think you should give him more time.
How long?
I don't know. Some of us never really have enough time at all. You see, we have to feel trapped. We have to feel that we're going to be abandoned by the whole world unless we get married right away. I don't think that I'll ever be anywhere near as domesticated as an ocelot. And I think Rodney is of the same breed. We make dreadful husbands.
Maybe I'm blaming Rodney for my own restlessness. Anyway, whenever you're ready to teach me how to sail, I'm ready to learn.
Alice, you have to take root somewhere. Find someone or something that can make you happy for more than the moment. At least it's worth a try.
You can't domesticate an ocelot, can you? No matter how hard you try.
I think we'll talk about that some other